So it is very common for certain things to actually damage blood vessels. And the kind of top contender there is going to be smoking. So if you are somebody who smokes, um, it is worth knowing that your circulation stands to gain massively from your giving up that habit. Okay, so that 100% is true for kind of tobacco cigarettes. I don't know the research on vapes, but given the research that is coming out with vapes being potentially as or more harmful, especially around the lungs and things like that, um, I would imagine that we're probably going to see similar things when it comes to negative effects of vapes on circulation. Anything that kind of affects the lungs, if it's affecting how you're breathing, then that is going to affect your circulation down the line. Toxins coming into the lungs, if they can get into the bloodstream along with the oxygen, then that has the potential to cause damage to blood vessels, particularly in smaller blood vessels. And then when they get damaged, it becomes much easier for things like cholesterol to build up. And that is kind of where you see some of this poor circulation coming from. So smoking is kind of like a top contender. The other thing that you may want to look into is nutrition. So obviously, breathing is only one side of the kind of fueling and circulation equation. The other is what you're eating. All of your food and nutrients travel through the bloodstream in order to be delivered to the cells. And so if you're eating a lot of highly processed foods, then changing that actually can have a really positive impact to your circulation. And then the final thing that I would mention there is that it's probably worth looking into metabolism as well. So when it comes to circulation, there's sort of two sides of it. There's the quality of what is being put in. That's going to have an effect on blood vessels around your body. But also, how much and how long is that fuel being delivered to different parts of the body for? Your metabolism is basically how quickly your body is converting all of these nutrients and food sources into energy. And that can have an impact also, not just on your energy levels, but also on your circulation as well. So if you're taking in, let's say somebody with low thyroid function is taking in a lot of calories, but the brain is deciding not to convert all those calories into energy, well, then we've still got a similar problem where there's too much stuff being transported around that doesn't really have a proper use and doesn't really have places to go. Now, hopefully most of it gets filtrated and it just gets excreted out of the body, but not always a guarantee for everything, and potentially can lead to some problems as well. If you're interested in looking at how to improve your metabolism, I would highly recommend the book How to Heal Your Metabolism by Kate Deering. So Kate has quite a lot of experience with nutrition research. Also, apparently, I've heard a Z Health coach as well. So for those of you who don't know, Z Health is where I've done quite a lot of my training when it comes to the brain's relationship with the body. They're kind of considered top of the game when it comes to brain-based training methodologies, and they've even influenced quite a number of other fields, a lot of sports fields. I believe quite a lot of people in the Carrick Institute for chiropractors, and more people every year are becoming influenced by Z Health. So that's a top recommendation for that book from me. And if you want something to kind of take away in terms of metabolism, what we want to see is your heart rate and your temperature kind of being in a optimal zone. So we just want to be taking your temperature every morning, ideally above kind of between 36.5 degrees, maybe 37.5 degrees, a little bit higher than that during the day when you're actually using your energy. And then a good heart rate for actually delivering the fuel is going to be Oh, I should really know this one, but it's slipping away from me. It's around about 80 beats per minute. I don't know what the upper kind of range, upper and lower ranges, maybe 70 to 100, something like that. Uh, Again, gonna have to Google that one. On maybe I'll put it in the description if I remember. But the idea is basically, if your heart rate is too low, then it's not transporting all these nutrients that you're breaking down. So that can potentially be a sign that your brain is not converting all of the fuel that you're intaking to energy. So actually, a slightly higher resting heart rate is not a bad thing as long as it's within that kind of comfortable range. So that's kind of the main stuff that's maybe a little bit outside of my jurisdiction, like outside of my boundaries, let's say.